On a Wednesday, we greet you from AFL House with news of a new award in honour of Jim Stynes and some brave words today from his widow, Sam. Hello everyone, I'm Matt Thompson. This new award is going to be presented on Brownlow night. It's all about the spirit, really, of Jim Stynes. The prize attached to it is $20,000, and that will go to a charity of the winner's choice, the winner to come from one of the 18 AFL clubs. Today we have heard from Andrew Demetriou on this, the League Chief Executive, telling us that it was a conversation with Jim Stynes that actually led to the decision to have this award honoured, and also from Sam Stynes, who spoke about her involvement. She'll be on the judging panel, but also just about how she's going really at the moment and how proud Jim would be to have this award struck in his honour. Let's have a listen.
Yeah, look, I mean, personally and for the children, I'm thrilled because for Jim it was important that football players are also role models in the community. He strongly believed in that, and, you know, there were countless occasions when AFL players would support Reach and come down to the Heroes Days and camps and courses.
We do believe that in time this will be a time-honoured award, just as the Walter Payton Award is. We think it's a wonderful way to commemorate a significant contribution made by an incredible person in Jim Stynes, and it should be worthy of that in the award that we award on the night.
To be honest, I have had my head in a bucket of cancer sand for the past 2 years, so I'm probably not as well educated as I'd like to be with what current players are up to out there in the community, but I'll research fast and take great interest.
To on-field news and more woes at Carlton, with Chris Yarran revealing he's suffering from a turf toe, an injury that sidelined Fremantle's Aaron Sandilands for more than 2 months last year.
An embarrassing injury to have, but because you look at the paper, the next day and it says toe injury, you're going to be missing. So it's not the greatest injuries, but I wish they would have said ankle or something like that, just so it can make me look a bit tougher. But so hopefully I started running yesterday and it felt pretty good. I'll train tomorrow and see how it pulls up after that. So I'll give myself every opportunity to play this week.
Fists were flying at North Melbourne training, and the coach warns he has some ammunition of his own ready to go.
Well, the biggest weapon a coach has in his armoury is selection. So that'll be stringently looked at this week.
Lindsay Thomas, one of those under pressure to keep his spot following the loss to the Bulldogs. Hamish McIntosh wants to play against Port Adelaide, but with his knee strain is unlikely. Brad Scott's review of the loss went 3 hours, and he says teams have worked out how to combat his game plan.
Look, in hindsight, the round 2 game against GWS, the round 3 game against Geelong, the template's pretty clear against us. Really place an enormous amount of pressure on us around the ball, and we'll cough it up and turn it over and get scored against.
Furious at this free awarded against Jack Ziebell, Scott concedes his vice-captain has to change his style.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult when you get a week's notice because that he's been doing that at the contest since he could walk. So it's a lot to when you play on instinct. It's a lot to change. But I think you find AFL players are pretty adaptable. When there's a rule change, they adapt pretty quickly.
In the West, Daniel Kerr is set to line up against the Informed Saints on Sunday, despite an allergic reaction to a Chinese meal.
I haven't actually seen the photo, so I get left behind on these things sometimes, but I've heard it's quite graphic or dramatic, but I haven't seen it. So yeah, no, he's 100%. Yeah, he needed some medical treatment with antihistamines, a normal sort of thing, which certainly not. Taken away, that it could have been serious. Food allergies are obviously can be very dangerous.
Something that is sure to make Kerr feel better will be the return of ruckman Nick Natanui, who's overcome a hamstring complaint.
There is protocols, talking to him and looking at what he's done. I could take an educated guess that he'll be fit to play, but he still does have to tick those boxes tomorrow at our main training session. If he has awareness in his hamstring tomorrow, then the medical staff may have another decision.
In Brisbane, the Lions spent much of the afternoon meeting and greeting their fans. Michael Voss adamant there won't be any complacency against the Giants at the Gabba on Sunday.
Look, if we're coming into the game anticipating this will be easy, then that's the wrong attitude. If we're not on our guard, then we're going to be left for dead. So we've got to make sure that we're right on and we've got our competitive heads on.
While skipper Jonathan Brown pulled no punches on what's behind the club's poor form.
We're sitting back and becoming reactive and being passengers, coming up against good opposition instead of hitting it head on right from the first bounce. And that's just something only the players can bring to the table there.
And that is a wrap on the footy news this Wednesday. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll be following the court case of Liam Jurrah. He is appearing from Melbourne via video link back to court in Alice Springs, so we'll have an update for you on that at some stage tomorrow. In the meantime, as footy news happens, keep clicking back to afl.com.au for the very latest.